Good evening, welcome back. It is Friday, March 31st, final day of March 2023. We do have a few events and a few cards to show you here. A couple events we had on this day in 1991. Butch Miller won at Hickory for his second and final Busch Series, now Xfinity Series career win. Also on this date in 1996 at Bristol Motor Speedway, Jeff Gordon won a rain-shortened race. This was his second in a row at Bristol. And it was the first time in a Cup Series race that Mike Skinner ever led. He led about 10 laps early on before the car fell out. And there's only been 5 Cup races held on March 31st. So again, it's kind of one of those anomaly dates where it seems like, well, obviously July 4th is going to have a lot of races on it because the Firecracker was scheduled on July 4, regardless if it was a Sunday, a Tuesday, a Thursday, or whatever. But days like this, just the way the calendar falls, all the way that you have those leap years, and it kind of shuffles it around, where if it wasn't a leap year the following year, it would have been held on that date, but the leap year pushed the days back. So, as it stands, only 5 Cup Series races ever run on March 31st. So, we got a couple cardless birthdays. I knew I didn't have any of this first driver, only ran a few Cup races, but son of the late J.D. McDuffie, Jeff McDuffie, born on this date in 1962. Another driver that I thought I had a card of, but I don't. I might in one of my sets somewhere, but I didn't in my box of duplicate cards. Jan Beekes, born on this date in 1960. Of course, he is a former IndyCar driver, part-time, and ESPN analyst after he retired from full-time competition. So we'll go ahead with our, start off with a couple non-drivers here. Born on this date in 1965. Former Busch Series crew chief, son of Tommy Houston, Mr. Scott Houston. So, of course, Scott, he is the brother of Andy and Marty, sons of Tommy Houston. So that's back when Tommy ran in the Busch Series in the Rose's Stores car. Born on this date in 1937, he did pass away in 2010. Former NASCAR Cup Series car owner, Mr. Richard Jackson. Richard owned the car number 1. It started out as car number 55, the Copenhagen car, and later the Skull car that Benny and Phil Parsons drove. 1990, they changed the car number to 1. Terry Labonte drove it for a year. Then Rick Mast jumped in the car in 1991 and stayed in the car till the end of 96. Of course, they picked up Hooters sponsorship in 1996. 1997, they ran with Morgan Shepherd and Jerry Nadeau with a lot of different sponsors, including R&L Carriers and Delco Remy. 1998, they had Loy Allen hop on board for a couple of races, but they changed the car number to 14 and had pretty much lost all their funding, so the team had shut down during the 1998 season. But Mr. Richard Jackson, of course, best finish for that team. Phil Parsons did win at 8 in the Talladega in 1988. Then in 1994, Rick Mast had that runner-up finish in the fall Rockingham race to Dale Earnhardt, where Dale clinched his 7th Cup Series title. Born on this date in 1956, former IndyCar driver Mr. Kevin Cogan. I tried finding the French varieties of these cards. I did not have them, but this was when he was driving for the Menard team. He also did wheel the Craco car, was a teammate with Michael Andretti for a short period of time before he moved to the Pat Patrick team here with 7-Eleven sponsorship. He won the Phoenix race in 1986 and was runner-up in the Indy 500 a few weeks later in 1986 to Bobby Rahal after Bobby passed him on a late race restart. Our final birthday has driven in Cup and Xfinity and probably a few truck races. Born on this date in 1999, currently driving full-time in the Xfinity Series for BJ McLeod Motorsports, Mr. Anthony Alfredo. So you've probably seen all these cards before on the channel. We've ripped all these in packs or boxes or wherever we may have picked them up along the way. Nothing spectacular in here, a few parallels. Of course, you got that insert on the front. Got this nice pedal to the metal. I think that's a pretty cool looking card. And just kind of all the different teams, all the different, got the blue, the gray, the base. Another blue horizontal with the heroes. So overall, pretty nice assortment of cards of Anthony Alfredo there. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you come back tomorrow morning. We'll have something to rip. I think we're gonna probably rip that Chronicles. Yeah, we'll go ahead and, since it's WrestleMania weekend, tomorrow we will rip this. So mark your calendars, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching.